It's not officialized yet, but Oleksandr Usyk and Daniel Dubois are in the process of finalizing a deal for a Ring Magazine and Undisputed Heavyweight Championship rematch on July 12th at London's Wembley Stadium. Now, let's just make this straightforward and answer this right out the gate. That atmosphere will be electric. UK fans absolutely love and cherish Oleksandr Usyk. He's going to get a warm reception out there. And then you talk about the hometown guy, Daniel Dubois. Wembley will be packed for that fight. That being said, this was the fight that always made the most sense, and it does not shock me. We can put the conspiracy theories or whatever we want to make up about what happened when Daniel Dubois and Joseph Parker were supposed to fight each other just a couple months ago. Whatever happened, happened. This was always going to be the fight that was going to get made. And I see two sides to this. On one side, it's a business decision from Daniel Dubois. Joseph Parker was a legitimate threat. Daniel Dubois could go for undisputed championship, get a massive payday, fighting Oleksandr Usyk. The rematch, might I add, at Wembley Stadium. Obviously, that's a big upgrade for himself. Can't blame him for that one. And for Oleksandr Usyk's standpoint, listen, he wasn't just going to go fight anybody. He's only got 1, 2, maybe 3 fights remaining in his career. Undisputed was always going to be the option he was going to look for. There weren't too many realistic options for a guy of his caliber to fight at this point in his career. So it does not shock me to see this fight being made. And I like it. It's an exciting rematch to have happen. But like I said, this is two sides to the story. The other side to my reaction in regards to this fight getting made is, man, I feel horrible for Joseph Parker. When you talk about the way that this man has rebounded, rebuilt his career, had all of his big wins, Deontay Wilder, Li Zhang, you go and fight Martin Bakole, and I get it's on short notice and whatnot, but he fought him. He knocked him out in the second round. And that fight was supposed to be for a world championship against Daniel Dubois. And you get that taken away from you. It is what it is. And now you get yourself positioned possibly to go get a championship fight against a guy like Usyk or something along those lines. And now it looks like that could happen, but not until the end of this year or early next year in 2026. Because if you're Joseph Parker, what else are you going to do? Stay active, sure, but you are more than deserving of a world championship fight right now. And this is not a situation like we see at light heavyweight, where you have, okay, David Benavidez more than worthy of a world championship fight against a guy at Bivol or Beterbiev, without a shadow of a doubt. But we see this two guys that are top 5 on pound for pound list, two at least top 10, let's say, and two guys that are phenomenal. All due respect, obviously Usyk's up there, but for Daniel Dubois' standpoint, he's not that guy yet. He's incredible. He's going to have a great career, but you know what I mean. It's not these two top 5 type pound for pound guys where you can make an excuse for why this is happening. So Joseph Parker's sitting in the sidelines when I'm sure in his mindset, he firmly believes he could have beat Daniel Dubois, and I don't doubt that mindset. He had a very good route to possibly beating him. Styles make fights, and Joseph Parker would have caused a lot of problems to Daniel Dubois, most likely. So that makes me think, then, what is Joseph Parker going to do? Sure, he can go sit out and wait a year or so until he possibly gets the winner of Usyk and Dubois. But does he want to stay active? He doesn't have to stay active. He's earned a world championship fight. But I don't think he wants to sit out a year. Just keep waiting and waiting for the opportunity he's been waiting for and he earned. So what's next for Joseph Parker? Does he just do a fight to stay busy? Possibly. And if so, who are some of those guys? Well, one name would be a big fight. This would be risky for both guys. Jet Kabayel. Massive statement on the very same card when he knocked out Li Zhang. That would be a sensational fight to have happen. I would love to see it. Once again, both guys would be risking a lot. The winner would obviously get the next world championship fight to fight the winner of Usyk and Dubois. But do they both want to risk that? Because potentially Usyk could even vacate the belts after this fight if he beats Daniel Dubois and go move down to cruiserweight or something else. So do you risk potentially getting a world championship fight right out the gate? That's for them to make that decision. Could you also go fight somebody lower down the rankings? That's possible as well. Would not be against that decision being made for Joseph Parker. The decisions are going to be tough for him. I know it's not a position he wants to be in. And that's why I feel horrible for him, because he has earned a world championship shot. He's a guy that would not shock me if he became a world champion. He is a premier boxer. In my opinion, he's the 3rd best heavyweight in boxing right now. So that is definitely a fight that I would love to see happen. And we'll have to see what unfolds there. But it does seem for Joseph Parker, who will have to be waiting at least now about 6 months to a year until he gets that world championship fight.